What is up, you guys? Still Vedge here. Hope you're all doing good and well. I know it's been a few days since my last upload. Life gets crazy. Maybe I'll get into that in another video, but for now, we are doing a Q&A. On Instagram, I asked you guys to submit some questions for me. I left it pretty open, but it was also more specifically about the fact that I have now been vegan for over 5 years. Yes, that's right. 5 years, still here, still haven't withered away. Let's talk about that. There's a lot of questions about like protein, food, just stuff like that. So we're gonna knock all those out first. Yeah, we'll just start with protein. So there was a few that were like, how much are you getting? Are you getting more or less now than when you started? I think I get less protein now than when I first went vegan. And that's just because I've realized more and more throughout the years that like you really don't need as much as people scare you into thinking you need. For the most part, like with the amount of calories that I'm eating, which is on a daily basis is anywhere from like, I'd say like 3,500 to 4,000. It's like almost impossible to not get enough protein. And once you get more protein than what your body can use, it's literally just wasted calories. You're much better off getting it from carbs or fat. They just typically offer more nutrients with them. Carbs having a lot more like vitamins and minerals, fat obviously having your omegas. So yeah, definitely I'd say like once I'm past 100 grams for the day, I am good. And even that, like 100 grams is probably more than I need. How much do you pay for groceries on a monthly basis? I go grocery shopping once a week and it's almost never over $100. Like it's typically around like the $50-$60 range. And that's for my wife and I. So two people eating high calorie vegan diets, typically around like, I'd say $60 a week. But, you know, sometimes we get some fancier things that end up taking the bill a little bit higher. But yeah, it's almost never over $100 a week. I'll just round up to like 75 a week. So 7 days, two people. We're looking at like $5 and change each day for each of us to eat. That's nothing. That's like, I mean, people spend that on coffee every day. And then we go out to eat or like pick up food maybe once a month from like local places, Plant Power, Seabirds, stuff like that. So that's like another like anywhere from like $20 to $30 a month. But we're super like frugal when it comes to how much we spend on food. I'll probably be doing another grocery haul video at some point, just so you guys can get an idea of what we're buying these days. I don't remember exactly what we got in the last grocery haul video, but honestly, it's probably really similar. I had a couple people ask me about fasting, just if I do it or what are my thoughts on it. I'm assuming they meant like intermittent fasting. I'm not really a fan of it. I tried it like a long time ago. I think I tried it before I was vegan and then like a little bit also after I went vegan. It's just not for me. You know, I don't really have problems controlling my calories or anything. I feel like that's the only time it's worth it to some people. If you just can't control how much you're eating in a day, I guess having a smaller day of eating, like a smaller eating window can help you control those calories. But for me, that's never really been an issue. All the reported like benefits to your hormones or like fat burning or whatever, I think it's bullshit. You know, there's really not enough strong science behind it. And then like water fasting, if that's where they were trying to go with it, or just like fully like not having food for days on end. No, that's just a bad idea. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't know the science behind it, but I do know that food is very important. And not having food in a day or 2 days or weeks on end doing like water fasting, that's a bad idea. Unless there's like some crazy ailment that you were dealing with and you have multiple medical professionals telling you to do this and most likely supervising you while you do this, it's just not a good idea. Don't do it just because you read about it on the internet or you saw some influencers doing it. Food's important. You should eat. All right, staples. What are some vegan staples of mine? Probably the same as last time I talked about them. Obviously, like rice, beans, tofu, bananas, lots of vegetables. We're doing lots of broccoli, kale, carrots, onion, like lots of stir fries and like soups and stuff lately. Soy curls. I don't think I've put soy curls on the channel yet. They are awesome. I'll probably make a video featuring them soon. Bananas, did I say bananas? It's funny. I actually hadn't had bread in like maybe a year unless I was eating out. Rachel is celiac. She can't have gluten. And I just realized like I didn't really need it either. But man, I was just craving peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And literally last week I went and bought some bread. Actually, I think it was because I was burnt out on oats. I was having oats every day for probably the last year. And I got a little bit tired of them. Ooh, pineapple. We've been splitting like a can of pineapple almost every day. We either have it like just, fresh out of the can. I mean, it's literally just like pineapples in pineapple juice, like not the sugary syrup stuff. Sometimes we make it into like a Dole Whip. I don't know if you guys have ever had that from Disneyland. It's like a pineapple sorbet type thing. Oh, it's so good. Trying to think of other staples. Oh, potatoes. We have potatoes all the time. Lentils. I would make this like chili cheese fry type thing with lentil chili. I had a couple people asking if there was any accidents in my vegan journey or like intentional cheating or slip ups in my vegan journey. No, at least not to my knowledge. I definitely haven't like cheated and like, oh, I'll just have like a little bite of this or like sneaking chicky nuggies or something. Like that's not me. I'm definitely loving being vegan. I have ever since I made the switch. But as far as accidents, I wouldn't know. I don't really eat out that often. So if there was like cross-contamination, it's like super rare, the chances of it. And typically if I'm eating out, it's an all vegan restaurant. And yeah, for the most part, I just make my own food. And no slip ups as far as I know. Ooh, that's a good one. How has COVID affected the gains? We didn't get the home gym until I think January is when it was like done and we had all the weights here. We're still planning on expanding it. Like we don't have everything, but for a long time we did not have much. Did a lot of workouts at the park, bought some like Olympic rings and dip bars and stuff. That sucked, man. That was really that sucked, man. We got the home gym now. We've been going at it for a couple months, like basically since the beginning of the year. And it was super fun at first just to have like all the weights again and start doing this stuff. But I got burnt out pretty fast. So I just started like a new program for myself. I was doing push legs pull for a long time, but now I'm doing kind of like a push pull thing. So like it's more full body. It's just alternating push and pull muscles every other day. And I'm having a lot more fun with that. And, making gains still. Pretty much all my lifts are back to where they were before the pandemic. Not like 100%, but I'm getting back to where I was before. Favorite bacon swaps? Well, I actually didn't like bacon to begin with. I wasn't really a fan of it, like ever. It was kind of just one of those things where I like had it because it was there. But like a lot of other things, I'm actually more of a fan of the vegan versions than the original. Things like mayo, sour cream, bacon. I didn't really like them at all in their original animal forms, but I like the vegan versions. I like veganese, I like soy cream, like the tofutti, and the bacon. We don't really buy bacon replacements, but I've had some of them. But I think my favorite one is whatever they have at Plant Power. They have like this chicken and waffle sandwich with bacon on it. Oh my God, so good. So yeah, whatever Plant Power uses as their bacon is really good. We've actually done homemade bacon before where it was like seitan loaf thing that we cut into bacon strips. That was really good too. Do you take an iodine supplement? Actually, there's a few questions about supplements. I don't take an iodine supplement. I do have like iodinized salt, so I guess that would be like an iodine supplement. That's interesting. That's like very specific. Yeah. As far as other supplements and vitamins, I take Vedge Essential and the Vedge protein powder. Yes, they stole my name, but it's cool. I'm an affiliate, so if you're interested in buying some of it, use the link in the description. Code Vedge at checkout. It's actually really good. The protein powder is really good. I get the peanut butter cup one. Super smooth. I have it like basically every day. Ooh, I also take this like O3 supplement. It's called like O3 smoothie. They sent it to me and it's actually really good. Not all of their flavors are vegan though, so look out for that. They said that they actually are going to be making an affiliate program soon, but for now I'll just have their link in the description. And a lot of things that we eat are fortified, so like soy milk or cereal or whatever, it's got tons of added vitamins and minerals in there. So yeah, I think I'm good. I had my blood work done a few months ago and everything was like perfect. Like it was like really good. So yeah, I'm not worried. All-time favorite vegan restaurant slash recipe. I'll go with restaurant first. An all-time is like really hard to do for me. I'll say one of the top tier ones is Heart's Choices in Canada, specifically Calgary. I think they have a few locations, but man, that place, basically every time I landed in Calgary or was like leaving, we would stop by and grab something. Plant Power is obviously really good. It's one of my go-tos. There's a place called V-Burger here in Long Beach that is just insane. Oh, they also have milkshakes that are made with Hug Life ice cream. Hug Life's another place here in Long Beach. Man, I can just keep going forever. We actually just tried this place called the Wild Chive. They're only open like 3 days a week. We got their brunch. They had this like super ridiculous stuffed French toast thing. That was awesome. Seabirds is really good. Last one, I got to shout out Owl Lock up in LA. I think they have 2 locations, but I've only been to the like downtown LA one. If anyone knows Owl Lock or Chef Ito, you guys already know what's up. It's the real deal. Hey, Edit Vedge here. I did this question a great disservice by not mentioning Munchie's Diner in Santa Ana and Vegan Pizza in Anaheim. 2 very awesome places. Again, there's so many amazing vegan restaurants, especially here in Southern California. But these 2 definitely needed to be in this little segment. I don't know how I forgot about them when I was filming. Yeah, back to the video. And then favorite vegan recipes. As far as like what I do myself, I'm still doing like the straight veg deluxe on an almost nightly basis, you know? It's just so easy and cheap and delicious. Been doing a lot more pad thai lately, using like noodles and peanut sauce. Also like more chow mein stuff. Bootables, we've been doing bootables a lot lately. Typically we do like brown rice, kale, carrots, this like beet sauerkraut type thing. And then like a tahini sauce. It's really good. Our meals at home aren't really that exciting or elaborate. It's more like budget and health oriented. Typically when we go out is when we get like the meat replacements and all that kind of stuff. What documentary or fact made you want to be vegan? Oh man, I got bombarded by all of it really fast. And I realized that like I was a hypocrite in a lot of ways. I think what really stuck out to me the most was the human impact that animal agriculture has all over the world. I had a punk band in high school and we tried to be like super forward thinking and like save the world, hero complex type stuff. All the money that we made, which wasn't much at all, honestly, but all the money that we made from it, we donated to a thing called Charity Water. And meanwhile, I was eating all sorts of animal products at the time. Just the dissonance. Like I didn't think about the fact that you got to use all this water, all these resources to grow these crops and then feed these crops to these animals and then feed those animals to people. I didn't realize like just how inefficient it was and the impact that has all over the world. And then like the environmental impact, you know. I thought I was healthy prior. Obviously I've learned more since. But yeah, that wasn't really like the main factor for me. It wasn't about like health or like gains or anything. It was definitely more like, wow, this is destroying the world. And then of course there's the ethics that came along with it at like the same time. But it was definitely like, it wasn't just like, oh, the animals are suffering. It was like the world is suffering. Where do babies come from? Ryan, I think you know. I think you have a kid or kids. But while we're talking about babies, let's talk about how baby chicks are ground up alive and how baby cows are stolen from their mothers. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like this happens, but I'm not going there right now. How do people react when they find out you're vegan or straight edge? Straight edge, it's like universal. Everyone just thinks you're weird. Like very rarely do people like go like, oh wow, that's cool, you know. For the most part, they're like, how do you have fun? What do you do? Vegan, on the other hand, it's like, I mean, it goes 2 ways. If I'm ever introduced to someone, I'm typically introduced as the vegan. Like they've told whoever about me prior and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the vegan guy I was talking about. And then if it's like a totally organic interaction, which honestly hasn't happened in like a year, then it usually comes out pretty fast because I'm almost always wearing something vegan. I have like carrots on my leg. So typically people find out when they first meet me or get to know me. But yeah, typically goes two ways. People either get really defensive and they think I'm attacking them, but then they'll also be like, oh wow, you're big for a vegan, you know. Sometimes you get, you know, the plants feel pain type people, or like, where do you get your protein, but they're not genuinely asking. I'm pretty quick to dismiss those kind of people. On the other end, the people that are supportive, they're pretty much saying the same things. It's like all in the tone of what they're saying. So they'll be like, wow, you're big for a vegan, or like, where do you get your protein? Like, they're genuinely curious. If someone's like genuinely curious about it and asking questions, like, I'll talk as long as they need me to talk, just so I can really help them. Anxiety is common. Knowing others have it may help. How do you currently cope? Man, that is the question of the year. I, you know, like many other people, have anxiety, some depression, you know, anxious thoughts. I actually just found out a couple months ago, like, I started therapy again. This is like the first time it's ever actually worked, and I've enjoyed it, and I've wanted to like keep pursuing it. Found out a few months ago, like, I was like diagnosed with like full-fledged ADHD. She was like kind of blown away that it had gone under the radar for so long. But she did say, so I did like really well in school, like testing and everything. It was always super easy for me. So she said, like, typically if you're doing well in school, it's never even brought up, like, regardless of like if you're just having the worst time focusing on anything. But yeah, finding out that I have ADHD at 23 years old really opened up a lot of things for me to look at. Basically what my therapist said is that this whole time I've been trying to treat depression and anxiety as the condition, when really they're symptoms of the condition of ADHD. Like, it's super common for people with ADHD to be anxious and depressed, especially if they don't know that they have ADHD. So yeah, in the past when I've tried to tackle it like, this is anxiety, this is depression, now I'm tackling it like, this is a manifestation of my ADHD, and it makes me much more equipped to cope and handle it, because the strategies for dealing with these things are different. Right now, the way that I'm coping best is trying my hardest to be productive. I've been working on music a lot more lately. I'm doing this right now. I view this as productive. I've limited my screen time on apps like Instagram and YouTube. Just trying to really hone in on the things that I want to do and the things that I like want for my future. Yeah, weirdly enough, when like working hard has always been something that I was like scared of or didn't want to do, it's kind of like the thing that I need to do to make myself feel better. Because typically when I'm anxious, it's because I'm not really like where I want to be in life, or I just see where I'm trying to be in life as like impossible, and then I like self-sabotage and do nothing, when in reality I should be working on the things that have a chance of getting me to where I want to be in life. Other than that, as far as things like coping mechanisms, just hanging out with my wife. Honestly, video games, like, they have found their way back into my life. I play video games with a few friends every now and then. But yeah, for the most part, just honing in on working on music and this, and just other things that will help me reach my goals. After 5 years, what is your number one piece of advice for anyone trying to go vegan? Oh man, just arm yourself with like all the knowledge possible. You know, watch the documentaries, watch Cowspiracy, watch Seaspiracy, new documentary that came out about a month ago. It is insane. Yeah, I think just arming yourself with that knowledge, you know, realizing the consequences to your actions. It's kind of hard not to go vegan once you're fully aware of all these things. There's so many other awesome resources when it comes to going vegan, YouTube channels, websites, programs. There's like just so much information out there. There's also a lot of misinformation out there. I'll put a list down below of YouTube channels that I support, that I find trustworthy, and that put out like reliable and helpful information. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to everyone who asked me a question on Instagram. If you don't follow me there yet, please go do that. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know with a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to use code VEG at checkout for all your veg nutrition needs. Make sure to use code VEG in the Fortnite item shop. Yeah, thanks again for watching. I appreciate your support. Go Vedge.